Alright, what's the word, family? What's the word? What's the word? Y'all already know what time it is. Next video, we gotta break it down. Alright, so today, what I want to talk about is what everyone likes to call police brutality, right? So we want to talk about that, right? Because this is a very, very, very serious topic, family. And we're in the middle of some real, real dangerous times. I mean, that's clear, you know what I mean? And I want us to, just kind of go through this and maybe start, putting some things together because, see, if you listen to the liberals, right? If you listen to what they say, they make it seem like this police brutality thing is about officers being in fear of us and, and them just, because of that fear, just responding quickly and just going straight for the kill and, just kind of panicking. But family, that is complete and utter bullshit. Okay, that is not what the fuck is going on. It ain't about no damn fear. They're not afraid of us. What the hell is they afraid of us for? We afraid of them. The hell is they afraid of us for? The hell is the police gonna pull up on you knowing that they have the right to take your life, okay, and lock you up, do whatever the fuck they want. They know once they get in court that the judge and the whole system is going to side with them. So why would they be afraid? For what? Now, if you catch them, off duty and now they may be afraid, when it's man on man or woman on woman. Yeah, okay, there may be some fear there. But when they put that badge on and they got their little utility belt and they got their back up and they're not fucking afraid of us whatsoever. Okay, that is bullshit. They're not afraid of us. These motherfuckers are doing this shit on purpose. They're doing it on purpose. And they're using the same tired ass excuses that really they've been using since this shit has been recorded. I would say at least going back to the 50s and the 60s, right? Now, what do the excuses sound like? Oh, he reached for my gun. Now, let's break this down real quick, family. This the thing. Just like I do, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all out there know some real gangsters. Like, some real go hard. Some niggas that go hard, right? Who the fuck is reaching for a cop gun? Everybody know that's a suicide mission. Nobody is reaching for no fucking cop gun. In fact, you would see the most toughest, most gangster nigga in the goddamn world. When them police pull up, they are very, cooperative. Yes, officer. No, officer. Yes, sir. No, sir. Ain't no reaching for no goddamn cop gun. And they keep using that same excuse over and over and over. They reaching for the cop gun. They, putting my life in danger. Family, that is an excuse. That is an excuse. Now, this is the problem. A lot of us, because of our programming, find it very hard to believe that there are humans out there, right, that would just murder us in cold blood, would have just intentions on just killing us. Like, we find that very difficult to believe. Like, It had to be something. I know they ain't just kill us in cold blood. Family, let's break the situation down as far as what motivates a lot of these people to become police officers. And, let's dig into the ideology of them, right? Understand, family, that, a lot of people, especially these white men, okay, that sign up to be police officers, they see themselves as the good guys that are fighting against the bad guys, the criminal element, which is us, right? Now, it is a fact that, black men, even being only 6% of the population, are responsible for about half of the homicides, right, in America. Okay, and we already know about how disproportionate the mass incarceration rates are, and so on and so forth. But it is a fact that we're responsible for about half of the homicides in America, right? And this is the thing. Now, there's a lot of reasons for that, and that's a symptom. See, that's one thing. They'll take the symptom and they'll make it look like it's the cause of the problem. But we'll go into that in another video. But this is the facts, right? So when they see us, they look at us as criminals. They look at us as intrinsically, fundamentally criminal, right? And so then they feel like that gives them the right? They feel like they're within righteousness to get on some vigilante shit and kill us. They look at us as scum of the earth. Now, family, I want y'all to understand, black people, African people, we are looked at as the scum of the earth. That's just a fact. Okay, don't get it fucked up because they like to see us sing and dance and, put a ball through a hoop and shit like that they don't look at. They look at us and they're entertained by us. But when it comes to serious things, when it comes to nation building, when it comes to all of the other things that are important, they look at us as the scum of the earth. Okay, period. Right? So this is how these cops think. They look at us as the scum of the earth. See, this is the reality of it, family. These cops are fully aware of the fact because they're out there, they're in the field, they know this, right? They know that, okay, you patrol a white neighborhood, there's going to be less crime, less violent crime, especially, right? You patrol a black neighborhood, there's going to be more violent crime, right? This is a fact. Now, like I said, there's a lot of different reasons that go into why this is a fact, and that's not our fault that it's like that. But we'll get into that in another video. But I'm just talking about the mentality of a white police officer, or really any police officer, really. You know what I mean? And we'll get into that a little later in the video. Because these black cops, a lot of them I know better than the white cops. In fact, a lot of the times they end up being a little bit more overzealous about mistreating us to prove to their fellow police friends that, they don't have any kind of bias, for us. And, like they go out their way to show their white master that, look, I hate these niggas just as much as you hate them. You know what I mean? But we'll get into that later. But this is the mentality of these police officers. They sign up for this reason. Think about it. If you want to be a police officer, you look at it like, I'm signing up to fight crime. I'm signing up to, bring law and order, to the country, right? So if they look at that, who do they see as the main proponents of criminality, right? Who do they see as the, the element that needs to be, kind of kept in order? It's us, family, especially black men, And that extends to black children, black women, the whole nine, but especially black grown men, or I would say young, even teenage black men. We are looked at as public enemy number fucking one to these police. Okay? So with that being said, it should not be so difficult to believe that you have some of these police officers that sign up with the sole intention of, I want to be able to kill me some niggas and get away with it. Because they know that they can kill us, make up some bullshit story about how they was in fear for their life, and they know that they have the full support of not only the fucking court system, but they have the full support of the majority of fucking America. Because guess what, family? And I know this is going to go into something that a lot of us don't want to accept. But the reality is most of these white people, okay, that we have such a hard time, looking at realistically, right? Most of these white people are going to stand on the side of the fucking police. Okay, so when they shoot your son down, or they shoot your uncle down, or they shoot your brother down, and they make up that bullshit story about your son or your uncle or your brother reach for the cop gun, right? Guess what? Most of these fucking white people are definitely going to take the fucking side of the cop. They're going to believe the cop. They're going to give the cop the benefit of the doubt. Period. That is what it is. So they know they have the support of the court system and they have support of the majority of the population. Okay? When Trump and them be talking about the silent majority, that's not fake, family. It's real. They are the silent majority. They're not loud about how they feel. And honestly, they don't really express how they feel in the open because they know that the way that they feel is not so-called politically correct. If they really told you how they felt about a lot of these topics, you would look at them for exactly what they are. You see what I'm saying? Which is sick ass, disgusting ass cave beasts, because that's what the fuck they are. All right. So this is the thing. Like I said, family, you have to know there are white police officers that sign up for the sole intent and purpose of being able to lock some niggas up. They love it. They feel like like Batman or something. You know what I mean? They feel like superheroes. You know what I mean? They feel like, yeah, I'm gonna, I'm a crime fighter. I'm gonna stop the bad guys. The bad guys and their sick, twisted ass mind is us. We the bad guys. So what I'm saying is, right? When you hear about these police killings, they're being done intentionally. These white cops are fully aware of the fact that, boom, I can shoot him, say that he reached for my gun, and come up with some bullshit story, and boom, everything will work just fine. And even if I get fired, right, I'm not going to really do any jail time. And shit, I fuck around and get a raise. You already see a lot of these officers, they get a lot of support from from their community, right? They raise all kind of money for them, right? Because let's look at some of the specific situations where this has been applied, that we can clearly see that this is what happened, right? Family, I want every one of us to look up Marcus Jeter. Marcus Jeter, right? This was a black man in 2012 that was pulled over by the New Jersey State Police. Okay, over there, I think it was in Bloomfield or something like that. Bloomfield, New Jersey, right? Now check this crazy shit out. So, Marcus Jeter, right, is pulled over. Now, I don't remember exactly what he was pulled over for, whatever. That's kind of irrelevant. So, he was pulled over, right? Soon as the cops pulled up, they hop out, guns drawn, automatically. Then, another fucking state police smashes him in the front, okay, making his fucking head hit the steering wheel, right? And then they start yelling, get out, get out, get out. So, of course, he's scared to death. He like, man, fuck no, I'm not getting out of this car. They done pulled up, guns drawn. They gonna shoot me. So he said he sat in there, right, with his hands up, right, and wasn't trying to get out the car, right? Why the fuck did one of the officers come to his side of the car, punch the fucking window in, making the glass shatter all in his face, right, and start elbowing him and punching him out in the face? And guess what that officer started saying? Guess what he said? Stop resisting. Stop reaching for my gun. This is what the officer is saying as he done smashed the fucking window in. Now, mind you, Marcus Jeter, he's sitting in there with his hands up, right? But he done smashed the window in, right? And now he telling him, stop reaching for my gun. Stop reaching for my gun, right? They pull him out the car, right? They put him on the fucking ground, right? Guns drawn, and then they still repeat, yo, stop reaching for my gun. Stop resisting arrest. Okay, what else they said? Don't make me fear for my life. This is what they're saying, right? He's pinned down. He ain't saying shit. He's not doing shit. He's saying, look, I'm cooperating. What else do you want me to do? Right? Now, this is the thing. These officers accuse him of battery on the officer. They try to say that, he hit them and all kind of shit. But unbeknownst to these fucking cave beasts, okay, the fucking cop that was behind all of this shit accidentally had their fucking dash cam running, and they didn't know that all of this shit was being recorded. So what ended up happening is all of this got reported to the courts, and then at that point they had to charge these officers with something, right? Because that was just like too blatant. And understand, family, it's getting to the point where that's not even about the matter. Like, it's not even going to matter that they catch the shit on camera. They're still going to figure out a way to, absolve these damn criminals, these disgusting, filthy ass niggas. They're going to figure out a way to still let them off, right? But what do we take away from that, family? That whole little scenario, right? Somebody beating you up, fucking you up. The cops is fucking you up. Guns drawn, right? And they telling you, stop reaching for my gun. And you got your hands behind your back. So what does that tell you, family? That means they're fully aware of the fact that they can shoot and kill you and just claim that you reach for their gun, and voila, they'll get away with it. And you know what's so fucked up? If it wouldn't have been no camera there, right? And they would have actually shot and killed that brother, right? And then they would have reported to the media how he reached for their gun and shit like that. Guess what? A lot of people, but especially most white people, okay? I'm sorry, family. I know y'all don't like, talking about, your mommy and daddy. I know, I'm sorry. But it is what it is. Most white people would have supported the story from the officer. And if you would have tried to suggest to them that they just blatantly made that story up, they would have looked at you like you was fucking crazy. And they would have called you a race beta, told you that you were pulling the race card, told them that you're playing the victim mentality and the whole fucking nine. You would have heard all the bullshit that you always hear. You would have heard that if it wouldn't have been no camera there. They would have took the officer's story, hook, line, and sinker. They would have gave him full benefit of the doubt. Okay, family, that's what we're up against. That's what we're dealing with, right? Let's go to another example, right? Michael Slager. I mentioned this in last week's video. Michael Slager that shot and killed Walter Scott, right? Now, we all seen that video, okay? It was a fucking traffic stop. Walter Scott got out the car. He took off, right? But you don't know what Michael Slager said to him, right? He probably told him some shit like, I'm going to kill you, nigga. Why is that so difficult for y'all to believe, right? I mean, look who we're dealing with, family. These are the people that used to feed our babies to alligators, okay? These are the people that used to hang our people in front of thousands and take pictures and use the pictures as postcards, family, okay? These are people that used to put our children's face in a little hole and play a game called Hit the Nigger, okay? And they'd throw the fucking ball, and the whole point was to hit the little baby in the fucking face. Okay, these are the people that used to have our fingers and shit cut up and used as souvenirs. So why is it so difficult for you to believe that they would say something like, yeah, I'm gonna kill you, nigga? Okay, so Walter Scott took the fuck off, right? Now, that's my speculation. I don't know if that's what was said, but he took off, okay? And what did Darren Wilson do? Very calm, not Darren, I keep saying Darren Wilson, not Darren Wilson. I'm gonna get to him next. Michael Slager, what did he do? He stood there very calmly. I mean, like he did it before. I mean, it looked like shit. You see more, you see more concern when you see white people hunting than what he seemed like to have in that situation. Okay, what did he do? Very calmly, bang, 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 right? Unbeknownst to him, it was being recorded. What did he do? Walked up to the body, put his taser there so that he can make up the bullshit that he tried to make up and say that basically Walter Scott did what? Reach for his gun. So he had to shoot him. Now, once again, had this not been caught on camera, right, and he would have came up with that same story, what do you think the majority of white people would have believed? What do you think? They wouldn't have believed that he lied. Hell no. Not one of their, great officers. Hell no. And you got to understand, family, white people love the police. See, we have an adversarial relationship with the police. They love the police. They love them, like literally love them, okay? Because they look at them as their protection. And a lot of the times they look at them as their protection from us. And you know what? I mean, there is some logic to that because realistically, if it wasn't for the threat of going to jail for a long time, you would have a lot more of us in the hoods going to the suburbs and to these white neighborhoods and running up in their shit. The only reason that we don't do all that a lot in large numbers is because we know you fuck around in their neighborhoods, you're going to jail. You're not getting away with it, period. You know what I mean? So they love the police. They love them to death, okay? They look at them as almost they can do no wrong. They're like they superheroes. They're real life superheroes to them. So you know fucking well, they would have believed everything that Michael Slager said. Now, what's fucked up, as we discussed in the last video, Michael Slager did not get indicted. It was a hung jury because they got some coon ass, sucker ass, poor excuse of a fucking black man to basically say, well, I don't see how, I can't come to a conclusive decision that, what he did was malicious. How? You seen him shoot and kill that man, walk up to him very calmly. Okay, he looked like he didn't give a fuck, right? Very cold-bloodedly, walked up to him, put the taser on him, you know what I mean? Called in a little fake-ass lie. And I'm talking about eyebrows didn't even move up and down. Like, I mean, it was like nothing to him. I mean, it looked like, like using the bathroom or it was nothing. Okay? This is what we're dealing with, family. Okay? Now, I want to talk about this Mike Brown situation. Right? Mike Brown and Darren Wilson. Now, the official story is that Mike Brown was approached by Darren Wilson while he was, walking in the middle of the street. Darren Wilson told him to get out the street. They had some words, okay? Mike Brown then ran from Darren Wilson, right? He ran from Darren Wilson. And then he turned around and charged back at Darren Wilson to try to take his gun. And that's when Darren Wilson had to kill him. And supposedly, the federal government's autopsy that we just seem to think is just, 100% solid. I mean, there's no chance that could have been a straight fucking lie, right? But according to the autopsy, supposedly, the bullets, the ballistics show that Michael Brown must have been charging at Darren Wilson when he was shot because of the way that the bullet entered his body, right? And we just take that and we say, end of discussion. Yup, that must be real, because the federal government said it, so it's real. Now, mind you, this happened under Obama's watch. Remember, okay, a lot of this shit, in fact, every single case that I done brought up happened under Obama's watch. But that's another discussion. All right, so this is the official story. Family, did that even sound like that makes sense? Who the fuck is going to run away from the police and then run back towards them and charge at them? Like, are you serious? Okay? That's not what the fuck happened, family. That's not what happened, family. That don't even make no goddamn sense. You ran away from the fucking officer. Okay? And then you charge back at them full force? Really? Really, family? Like, we really going for that? That's not real, family. Okay, that is not what happened. This what sounds like it makes more sense to me. Exactly what I believe the person that was with him, what he said. Okay. They was walking. Darren Wilson told them to get out in the middle of the street. They had words. I could believe that. Darren Wilson told Michael Brown to come to him. Right? And then I think once Michael Brown walked up to that car, I think that Darren Wilson showed Michael Brown that he had intentions on shooting and killing him. Okay? And that made Mike Brown run the fuck away. Right? But what happened is, Michael Brown was big as hell, and Michael Brown had on fucking flip-flops. So what probably happened, when he started running away from Darren Wilson, he probably realized real quickly that he wasn't going to get too fucking far. He big with flip-flops on. So he probably turned around, put his hands up, like, yo, I know this nigga ain't going to shoot me if I just turn around and put my hands up. Like, I can't run away from you, but look, I don't want no problems. I don't want no smoke with you. And Darren Wilson shot and killed him. Period. And what's so crazy, and what they don't like to bring this part up, but there was a white construction worker that was doing work in that area that seen this shit in real time. And when you seen his reaction was like, yo, you didn't have to shoot him. He had his hands up. This is what this man seen in real time. Real time. Okay? Look, you didn't have to shoot him. He had his hands up. Okay? So, I mean, what do y'all think, family? What do y'all think? Y'all believe what the federal government told you? Why would you believe that? You know how many times the federal government has been caught in lies? Okay, do y'all look at declassified documents? Come on, man. They said that the Iraq war wasn't about oil. Declassified the documents. That's clearly a lie. I mean, why would you put that past them? It's interesting because we don't put lying past an average person. But when it comes to the government, somehow you put that past them. You think that they're above that. Family, we got to wake the fuck up and understand what and who we're dealing with. Okay, these people don't have no morality. You can't put nothing past them. Nothing at all. Okay? Like, it doesn't make any sense, family. That whole Darren Wilson, Mike Brown story doesn't make any sense. Now, here's where this shit get real wicked, right? So everybody know, okay, after that, there was like martial law in Ferguson, right? I'm quite sure everyone's seen the picture of the brother that was throwing the fucking tear gas back at him. You know what I mean? Salute to that brother. but may he rest in peace, because that brother was killed. Okay? And not only was that brother killed, there was another brother, okay, just recently that was found hung. Okay? That was basically fighting on the side of the Ferguson activists. So you had, like, brothers and sisters that was standing up for our people in Ferguson, okay, that was on the front line with this shit, right? And 4 of these brothers is gone. And they call them suicides, or they make it look like it was just some regular, just street shit. That show you right there, family. You got, what's his name? Darren Seals. Found shot all the fuck up, right? Come on, family. What do you think? You think that was just some regular street shit, or do you think that they killed him? The brother that threw the tear gas back. Come on now. Y'all think that was a suicide? They said he committed suicide or some shit like that. Really? Y'all really believe that? Do y'all really believe Sandra Bland killed herself? Let's go there. Sandra Bland, you think that she really killed herself? What the fuck would she kill herself for? It was a traffic stop. Come on now, family. We know what the fuck happened in there. They killed that woman. They killed our sister, family, and lied and said it was a suicide. Okay, the same thing, and it's crazy they use these same tactics all over. In South Africa, around the time where there was like a full-fledged war between them South African cave beasts, okay, that was trying to uphold that apartheid shit, right? In the middle of that war, do you know how many brothers and sisters died in the apartheid police custody and they called it a fucking suicide? Go look it up. Go look it up. So, I mean, this is what they do, family. They're going to kill you and say it's a suicide. Come on now. Come on now. This shit is just right in front of our face. So I'm saying all that to say we got to get a grip on reality. Stop thinking that this shit is an accident. It's not a fucking accident. They're killing us on purpose. Okay? And what's so fucked up, okay, let's go into another one. Right? And it's crazy because I can't even remember the young brother name, man. The 12-year-old that got caught with the toy gun. And them police pulled up and within 2 fucking seconds, they killed him. 2 seconds. And it's crazy because the picture of him is in my head right now, but I just cannot think. It's been so many of them. I just cannot think of his name. It's going to come to me as soon as I'm done with this video. But y'all know who I'm talking about. It was in Cleveland, Ohio. Okay? He was 12 years old. Okay? And they pulled up and within 2 seconds, they killed him. Do y'all think that was a fucking accident, family? How the fuck do you pull up, you see that it's a child, and within 2 seconds, you don't say put your hands up, you don't say drop the weapon, nothing. Just straight let it go. Boom, boom, boom. Family. And see, this is what's happening. So let's zoom out to the big picture. What's happening in the big picture, family, is they're getting people used to the idea of us just being treated like vermin. And they're signaling to the other white supremacists that it's okay. You can kill them and we'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? We'll figure out a way. We'll finagle this shit some kind of way to make sure that you don't have to do no real jail time. If any jail time at all. You won't be held accountable. It's open season on us, family. It's open season. Right? So don't fall into the trap, you know what I mean, that these liberals set for us where, they get to talking about, well, maybe what we need is police sensitivity training and, or maybe we just need more dash cams and more body cameras because that'll stop it. Body cameras. That shit, nigga, that's like trying to put a Band-Aid on a fucking gunshot wound. That ain't gonna fucking work. You're not getting to the root of the goddamn problem. That's not what the fuck the problem is. The problem is that you have white supremacists, okay, which that movement is growing. They're becoming a lot more vocal, family. Look at the alt-right. Look at that. Look at Trump. Look at this. Look what's going on, family. We in the middle of some shit. And we pretending like it's not what it is. And I'm telling you, these liberals and shit, they want to pacify you. They want you to believe that it's not as big of a deal as it is. You know, they'll tell you, oh, it's a problem. You know, they'll use words like people of color and all that dumbass shit. And that's another thing, family. On a side note, don't let them run that people of color game on you. We are fucking black. They ain't no, we African, you know what I mean? Period. We're not no fucking people of color. That include everybody that's not white. We don't get treated like everyone who's not white. We get treated fucking worse. So don't let them try to dilute us, okay, by calling us all people of color and all that bullshit. I don't be going for none of that. Don't call me no fucking person of color, man. I'm not no damn person of color. Period. Some very serious times, family. You know what I mean? We have to protect ourselves, and we just got to start taking this shit more serious. And another thing, don't let these people isolate so-called police brutality from the bigger picture. Because that's one thing about European ideology. They want you to look at everything as isolated incidents instead of looking at things holistically. So you got people running around talking about police brutality, and then they separate that from all the other problems that black people have. And that's just illogical. All of this shit is interconnected. And, you know, sometimes I think that they're trying to like provoke us into attacking them so that then they can play the reverse victimization game, which is what they are masters of doing, family. I mean, these people are masters of reverse victimization. They will slap the shit out you. And then when you slap them back, they'll say, oh, my God, why would you do that to me? Oh, my God, you're so violent. Oh, my God, I cannot believe that you just put your hands on me. They will completely ignore the fact that they smacked the shit out you. They'll ignore the hell out of that. But then as soon as you respond, oh my God, I can't believe it. Oh my God, oh my God, call the police. You know, this is what they do. Look at all these instances of these people calling the police on us, man. Like, come on, family. They know what the fuck they doing, man. They know when they call the police, they know what time it is. They know that the police is like they fucking, they weapon. They know that. Look what happened. I mean, it's so many stories, man. This shit crazy, man. Look what happened to the black security guard that stopped the fucking violence, had the person who was doing the shooting pinned down, and they pulled up on the scene, boom, shot and killed him. Come on now, family. This shit is on purpose, family. It's on purpose. So we got to start thinking from that mind frame. And this is another subject that we got to expand on later. You know what I mean? And I'm going to leave y'all with this. And I've heard our brother Tariq Nasheed say this a lot of times. In 2006, the FBI reported that white supremacists were infiltrating law enforcement. So that's it right there. If they're reporting on that, just imagine what's really going on behind the scene. This shit is not an accident, family. We got to get prepared. You got to start, you know, thinking seriously about what you're going to do if shit hit the fan. We need to get our gun game up. Fuck all that liberal shit that they talking about. We need to get our gun game up. That means hitting the range. That includes me, because I be slipping on that shit too. We got to go get our gun game up. You know what I mean? We got to be ready to defend ourselves. I'm not saying that you need to be out here offensively attacking police. Fuck no. That's dumb as shit. That's not even smart. But we have to be prepared to defend ourselves and our families. Because the situation that we are in, family, is real. And this, I'm gonna leave us on this note, right? We read about what has happened to our ancestors. We read about the transatlantic slave trade. A lot of people don't even really know a lot about the Arab slave trade that happened before the transatlantic slave trade. That was just as disgusting. Okay, we hear about lynching. We hear about the KKK. You know what I mean? For those of us who really get into the shit, you know about King Leopold killing 10 million, 15 million Africans in the Congo, and all the crazy shit that they did in Africa. Okay, we hear about how our ancestors was violently murdered and raped and slaughtered and treated like farm animals, but yet and still, for some strange reason, we in this current generation seem to believe that kind of shit can't happen to us currently. We think we read about all that shit. We heard about all that shit. We see the slavery movies. We see all that shit. And we like, oh, that's in the past. That'll never happen again. Family, we better start taking the attitude that these Jews be having. What do they say? Never again. Because if you think that shit can't get real like that, where they running up in our homes and raping our women and killing our children and killing our men and raping our children and the whole nine, if you think that shit is impossible in modern times, you are delusional. Family, you're delusional. You're delusional. And you telling yourself that it's impossible is not going to stop it from happening. You better wake the fuck up and look and see what's going on. Look how these cops is fucking picking us off, knocking us off, and getting away with this shit. Okay? And we need to understand that this is a part of a way bigger situation that we all need to really get serious about. Fuck fucking football. Fuck goddamn basketball. So what? Kevin Durant and fucking Draymond Green beefing. So what? I'm not saying that you can't get into entertainment, but this is not the time for that, family. It's too real. It's too fucking real. So, in the meantime, until next Sunday, till I talk to y'all already know, protect yourself, do what you need to do. I love y'all. Peace.